Hey everybody, it's Mark Ruggiero here, Clark Commando 1983. This will be part 6, maybe my last video, I'm not sure yet. Got my surgery tomorrow and still got some business to take care of, but I was going to do this turn and then film, but I think I just want to show you, like, we're not going to get into any land combat, but things are getting a little bit exciting. Got the approach coming. We're going to be doing the 9:20 to 10 a.m. turn for November 20th. Grognard Sims Deathride Tarawa. As you can see, some of the landing craft didn't make it, but I'm going to mechanically walk through everything. So just a note, I was in contact with Chris Fazzulo, the designer. So I do want to give you a little bit of errata. I couldn't find it in the rule book. Should fix it in his upcoming printings of the game, because as you may or may not know, he doesn't print on demand, but he does batches. But anyways, what that is I was curious on the ships, if there were any destroyers. So turns out that of course, there's 3 battleships for support: Marysville, Tennessee, and Colorado. But the Portland and Indianapolis are both cruisers. So their bombardment modifier is a +2, where I've been treating them as battleships. I guess you could chalk that up to my lack of knowledge that the U.S. battleships are named after states and cruisers after cities. And then all the rest are destroyers, so, and not cruisers. So in the scheme of things, did it make a huge difference? I don't think so. So this turn, it could, right? But I'm not going to go back and fix it. So that being said, as you can see, I'm committing. We're going to do the bombardment. The troops haven't landed yet. I'm committing my Army Air. That'll be their shot for the day. And just as a reminder, the table I'll be rolling on, I'm not going to be able to show you all the die rolls for the bombardment are here for the air bombardment, and then here for the naval bombardment. So I'm going to go left to right, and I'll be doing that. So let me bust out got my 2 10-sided dice. So we're going to do, oh boy, see, Cancer fingers, beware. Gosh darn it. Knocking stacks everywhere. So I got the Davenport and the Meade, which are both destroyers. So that's going to be 2 rolls there. Let's see here. The Meade and the Davenport. This is a Fortress Hex. So let's roll 2 dice. They're both destroyers. No modifiers. And I get a 2, which is a no effect, and a 7, which will add a S1, suppression 1. So remember, when you place new suppressions, you get to place the red ones on top of the green. Okay. Bailey, so another 2 destroyers here, I think. Bailey and the Fraser. And you can see I'm gonna bomb the hell out of the Red Beach 3, because we have some track that are gonna reach the defense. So these guys are dug in. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. Looking at the naval bombardment table, dug in. Roll a 2, which is a miss, but we get a 10. So that will add 2 more suppressions to this hex. Alright, we got the Schroeder and the Dashel, both destroyers. Roll 2 dice. And that's versus this hex, which they're just in cover. They just get the jungle. It is a gun and a platoon. So, okay, the green die will be the gun. The 3 is nothing, but I did get a 10. So that one will be on the platoon. So we'll mark that. Oh boy. So that means there's 4 on the platoon. And the other 2 for now will remain on the gun. There's different columns for what you're shooting at. Get the Russell, another destroyer, and the Ringgold. Got a, looks like a platoon and another gun battery here in cover. So you can't see it, but I can. The green die will be the platoon, and we get a 9. It's in cover, so that's going to be S2 on the platoon, and 3 on the gun is a miss. They're short-range guns, so they probably won't have any shots this round anyways. So we're going to place a red 2 on the platoon here. Okay, and then on this hex, the Anderson, looks like just the destroyers. All we did is shot at this hex. So they're in a dug in. That'll be the green die. And we get a 4, which is a 4, which is a S1. Those are going to end up coming off in the Japanese turn, but we'll go ahead and mark it. And this guy, I'm trying to keep him straight in their goddamn hexes. Hopefully that's right. All right, here we got some air bombardment on the fort. 2 of the Army Air. They're committed for the day, both dice. Fort. And a 1 and a 2, so they miss. Oh, my fingers are numb. This really sucks. I'm going to do the green die for the one on the right. And the yellow die for the one on the left. They're both dug in. And a 1 and a 4. That's going to be a S1 on the other one, which really means nothing. No, it will suppress them as the landing craft approach, so that's good. All right. So we are going to have some coastal battery fire. So now we get 2 bombers on this hex. They're dug in. Oh, I got to take that back. Got a bomber and a battleship. The green die will be the Army, and the yellow die will be the naval. We got a 5 for the air. That's going to be a S1. And then an 8, 9, 10, 11. So S2, so that's a total of 3 suppressions. That's good. That'll be helpful. Any hex is eligible from bombardment. So we did target back here. Looks like we got a platoon. And I think these guys are in the wrong hex. I'm going to have to look. Maybe not. Okay, well anyways, platoon and 2 guns. These are both bombers. The B-24s, which been adding one to the die roll, by the way. So let's see here. We got a platoon in cover. Yeah, these are not dug in. And they are in cover, right? Shit. I think these are in the wrong hex. I really do. Well, I'm gonna have to look, I guess. Let me look really quick here. Sorry, I'm mumbling. I need to look to see what hex those guys are in. I'm gonna look at the initial setup for Red Beach 3. No, they're in the correct hex. Okay, all right. So they are not in cover. They're in the open. Okay. So that's going to be, we'll see what happens. So we got a 5 against the platoon with the battleship, which modifies to an 8. That's S2. And then we have the against the gun, +1, that's 9, 10, so S2. So we can mark the hex S2. All right, here, I'm gonna separate these. Looks like I got a battleship, a destroyer or a cruiser, and then the Army Air. So we'll go green, yellow, and then yellow. So green is a 4. That's against a fort. That's a big miss. The cruiser gets an 8, which is a S1. And the bomber is a 5, which is a big miss. So, didn't do much there. Did get an S1. Okay, so we're gonna place that. Let's clip this bad boy. Thanks again for joining me. It's been super helpful to me in my mental battles with the cancer and everything. All right, and I'll go here with the bomber. And the Colorado. Here comes the wife driving up. Okay, so bomber will be green. They're in cover. The bomber gets a 9, 10. We're in cover, that's S2. And then we get an 8. So we're going to need a suppression 4 marker on that hex. They just on the verge of dying there. So that's good. And then we have a cruiser in the Army for the next hex. Green die will be the bomber. 5, 6. That's in cover. S1 and a miss. So we're going to place a S1 marker. Let's clip that bad boy. Really enjoying doing these videos. And I'm glad some people are watching. Means my efforts are not unheralded. So we got 2 Army Air B-24s bombarding these guys in the strong point. So we're going to roll those 2 dice. And that will conclude the bombardment phase. But let's go ahead and roll. So they're in a strong point. 2 bombers +1. I got a 4 dug in. That's a S1. And let's see what I got for targets in here. Oh, I do. It's a gun and a platoon. So let's see. Dug in. Bomber 4 is a S1. Against the gun, it's nothing. And then I had, shit, I forgot already, cruiser. So that's +2. Against the dug in, that's a 9, is a S2. So we'll place a S3 on top of the platoon. And the 70mm gun emplacement is going to get 2 more. So, and they're both in red. So we're going to go ahead and mark that. Got a S2 on the gun emplacement. And then on the platoon, we're going to have a S3 on that hex. Okay, so there's the bombardment phase. Then we're going to go ahead and move to the movement phase. So I'm going to have to stand for this one, and just give me a moment, gather up my strength a little bit, and we're going to have some opportunity fire. I think I'll, you know what, so I don't have to stand, I'm going to deal with the closest first. So let's do this. This is an LVT. They move 14. They don't have to roll for crossing the coral sea or coral, so they're going to go 1. It's really hard to see these hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This gun has a range of 4. I want to see if, yeah, 4. So they're not going to have any shots. What do I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can do some opportunity fire, but we're going to wait. 10, 11, 12. This is where we'll take a shot right here. Yeah, let's see what we got. I can pick one stack. I'm going to look at, I want to look at the Japanese anti-ship table. Show that again. Sorry about that. And there are some modifiers, so let's see here. Let's see what we got here. I got a 70mm. We'll save the platoons for defensive fire. They'll be more effective. And I got some 13Ds. This is opportunity fire. So, well, it's actually not opportunity fire. It's taken as opportunity fire, but it's, so we're going to shoot before they unload. No modifiers. So we'll shoot that's interesting. I guess the 13Ds are just anti-aircraft guns. Okay. Didn't realize that. So we're going to shoot a 70mm at the each of the, I'm assuming they get to shoot at either one. I guess I'll have to ask Chris. But anyway, so a 9 is a S2 on the top. And a total whiff on the bottom guy. So we're going to mark. So the LVT gets marked. And it's not a good spot to be. we will unload. And per the rules, actually, we're going to shift one and unload these guys right here. Okay, so they're on the beach, tangled up in the wire for right now. And they're going to have a S2 put on them. And I guess I need to get the correct suppression markers out. Let me do that. Yep. And I may be shortchanging myself a little bit because I am in a little bit of a hurry, but I wanted to give you guys, I want to make sure if you take the time to watch this video that you're getting a good idea of what happens here. I will have to correct and look in the rules. I believe you get a shot at each landing craft. I'll have to confirm that because it's a little bit out of the ordinary of what normally happens. Whoops. All right. So there we go. They landed and they're in the wire. They'll get an opportunity to clear the wire. Like I said, the tracked vehicles don't have to roll. This guy is going to undergo, they're going to move as a stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, it really is hard to see these. 6, 7. So there's a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's interesting because, yeah, those are just anti-aircraft guns. I could shoot as regular opportunity fire, but I'm not going to worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they're going to get right to there. And I will shoot again with the 70 millimeter. Okay, green will be the top. So I got a 2, which is nothing, but I got a 10 on the second guy. So I need some more markers. All right. Definitely gonna go take a nap after I get done this. All right. Oh, I wish I had more energy, guys. Let me tell you, this really sucks. Okay. They're gonna land. And we're going to get a suppression level 2 on this guy. And a suppression level 2 on this guy. Okay. Let's see. This guy, now this guy is going to come in. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're going to get stacked up right here. And we're going to shoot this guy again, I believe. 6 hexes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can definitely shoot. And we get a 5 and an 8. That's an S3. Some more markers. pull some out here. Ugh. Yeah. I think if I was playing this, I'd pull out my I play this enough where I have a bunch of generic or not generic, but a pool of suppression markers. I don't think there's enough in the mix. Let's clip these. And we're gonna just mark. I'll know. I'm gonna mark the second vehicle, and I'll know that that also applies to the platoon that's loaded up inside, because we're not close enough to unload. Okay. And this guy's gonna come in. We're starting to stack up here. And then we're gonna get a shot there. And we're gonna get a shot at those two. Let's do that. 2/8, 70 millimeter. So it's going to be a S2. I'll bolt all of them. It makes marking that hex easy. It actually will come off, but well, it won't. It will flip from red to green. There are different modifiers on this table for 8-inch guns, and so mark that. 2 is a whiff. 7's a S1. So we'll get a S1 on the second. I'm going to just once again mark the second landing vehicle, because it's a given that the platoon with it is also under suppression 1. Okay, remember we're not going to waste time taking shots here because I know they'll be ineffective. The platoons cannot shoot out of a landing craft. But the landing craft, when eligible, can shoot their machine guns. And I'd have to look up the range, actually, because I just noticed that. The primary, they don't have a range. It might just be adjacent, too. I'm not sure. So, all right, let's see here. What do we got for coastal guns? Yeah, we got a 70. Whoops. Ugh. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, and we'll use our given right to switch one over this way, and we'll get 2 shots there, and then we'll unload, and both got a whiff. 2 1s. Ouch. Oh, good for the Americans. All right. Push ashore. Now they're going to be in the wire. So when I do the Japanese half of the turn, which will be off camera, and I just realized, where did this guy come from? shit. Oh, there we go. This guy's supposed to be here. All right. Okay, so we did that. Come in here. They're going to undergo a shot. Whiff and a whiff. Whiff, whiff. Wow, okay. Good for the Americans. Both these platoons are going to end up here in the wire. There again, LVTs. Now I'm going to have to roll for these guys. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to hit the coral beach or coral. And we're going to roll on the LCVP Reef Passage. I guess the mechanized, maybe. I don't know. The rules say the tracks don't rule, but landing craft, vehicle, personnel. All right. Well, I'm going to have to ask Chris about that one. So rolling 8. So they get a pass. So what was it? 8, I believe. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we'll line up here. We'll go 14. They get an option to go left or right. Oops. Gosh darn it. Ugh. Cancer fingers. Look at that. Just destroying my beautiful stacks. Son of a bitch. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me. Trying to get through this as quickly as possible. But I did want you guys to at least see this part of the turn. Ugh. Now that we're landing, that's going to end the bombardment, so we'll be able to assign the artillery actually to some specific different units. LCVP. So these guys are going to go right here, and we're going to roll, see if they have to unload. And yes, they do. The landing craft gets stuck. Making sure. It's really hard to see these hexes. I do love Chris and his games. It's just too bad. I know what he was trying to do. I think preserve the beauty of the coral hexes, but we're going to unload right there. I will subject those guys to defensive fire, which I'll do a shot here in a minute so I can show you how that works. These guys, I think I'm doing this right. They're going to stack up here. It doesn't say you can adjust to go around. I'll ask Chris that also. All right, let's do this guy. 1, 2. See if I clear. No. Yeah, that's maybe not a good choice. That's my 1, 2, 3. That's my headquarters company. Probably not a good idea to land him. But I didn't take the time to make adjustments. So it is what it is. I'll go to here. This guy. Let's see if he clears the reef. I need an 8, 9, or 10. Nope. So they're gonna stack up. This guy's gonna unload. And you can see we got quite a ways. Man, I'm having a really hard time looking at these hexes. So we'll do that. Okay. We'll get to there. Let's see if he gets through. 3. And he makes it. So 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Shift over 1. And I'm gonna have to stop the video. Let's see. Alright, looks like we don't have any coastal guns in range. Is that true? Looks like it. Okay. Well, unload. They'll be subject to defensive fire. All right, I'm gonna have to stop the video. So we will be posting a part 6 and a part 7. I'll be right back.